Hello everybody, my name is Infinity and today we're going to be making an abandoned mansion in Minecraft. So something a bit different to my normal videos, which is kind of just like a regular starter base ish type of thing. So I'm going to be using a different block palette than I usually do. Pretty similar, but still different. This build is actually a request from one of my fans, which reached out to me, told me I should build this, so I'm going to build it. Feel free to leave your ideas in the comments below and I might build them. So I'm going to be doing the basic kind of framework and the build first, as I always do. Doing the upper floor now. I decided to use the same trick I used on my last video, which is with the stairs and slabs, which kind of makes it it helps to make an overhang on your build. So makes it look like it's just kind of coming over. Doing the upper floor now. Yeah, it's a pretty big build actually in general, so it's going to be a longer video, and obviously it's going to take a lot longer to do all the detailing and everything. This is actually 8 times speed, so it does take quite a while to do this. It's very boring at first, but it looks much better later on. And you can see at the moment it looks pretty structurally sound and not very abandoned, but that's something we're going to be changing soon. So the first step on the way to there is to do the detailing. I decided to do this first instead of the roof because I wasn't actually sure what I was going to do with the roof, and because of the way I built the floor plan, some of the walls do not match up, so I'm going to have to make a different roof on one side to the other, and it'll be very hard to join it up in the middle, so I'm going to have to improvise that. I knew instantly what I was going to do with the detailing with the spruce planks, the spruce strip logs, the oak strip logs, and some stairs to make it look like it's got some holes in it. As you can see, I've made like a bit of a beaten up window. I've used some tinted glass and some black stained glass panes to kind of make it look a little bit more 3D. Yeah, making the frame look a little bit more kind of like beaten up. Make it look like it's falling down. Same on the other side here. Just kind of looks like it's drooping down, not very supportive of the build in general. I actually decided to experiment using staircases to try and make it have a bit more of a 3D look to the walls. So as you can see, it kind of juts out a bit, makes it look a bit more beaten up, a bit like the walls are falling apart, which I thought would look quite nice actually. I'm going to do the side now. And you can see I've actually started to edit the base foundation. I've used some andesite, some mossy stone bricks, mossy cobblestone, regular cobblestone, making it look a little bit overgrown and a bit kind of random. Doing the other side now, doing a bit more detailing. It's quite a nice colour palette, actually works quite well together, so that's one of the reasons why I decided to use it. So yeah, it's going to take quite a while to do all this detailing. As I say, this is 8 times speed, so it's a pretty long, boring process to work through. And back at the front now, I've decided to edit the stairs a little bit, add a bit more details to that, making this kind of beaten up, kind of like not very structurally supportive frame over the top of the door. What are they actually called? I have no clue, so I'm just gonna have to comment down below and tell me what that's called. But as you can see, I've started to make it look a little bit more overgrown. So I've used some azalea bushes, leaves, mangrove leaves, birch leaves, vines, glow lichen, etc. just to make it look a little bit more alive. Like the build is kind of coming to life, which looks quite interesting. I'm actually using some moss blocks and some concrete powder just to make it look like it's kind of going into the walls as well, which I thought looks quite interesting. Kind of adding some stairs and slabs at the top just to give it a bit more detail, and doing these kind of like bushy patches looks really effective in the corners. It looks like it's coming out of the building, which looks really interesting to look at, like the vines spreading everywhere. So yeah, doing these kind of details takes quite a while to do, but it looks really effective and it makes it look like the build's been abandoned for ages. It's a really effective tool to use actually. Makes your builds look really good. And yep, I started the roof. Warning, the roof does look dreadful at the end, which is kind of why I kind of cropped it out a bit in the thumbnail so you can't see it as much. I decided to use the deep slate, which is quite effective. Makes it look a bit more like scary than cobblestone, I guess, because it's darker. Use some slabs and some stairs and some blocks to kind of make it look a bit more random and kind of aged, I guess. And obviously the different deep slate types too, to make it look a bit more like corroded. And yeah, as you can see, the back wall of the right is much bigger than the front wall with the left I've just built, so it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, having roofs across all of them kind of makes it look like apartments actually, rather than one big build. But again, there's not really a lot I can do with this because of the random floor plan I chose. Yeah, you can see I'm kind of like trying to figure out what kind of arches I should use to for the roof. Took quite a while to figure out actually because I hadn't planned this originally. Yeah, I'm gonna start filling in the roof now. These front bits are kind of the bottom left, very easy to kind of like match up to each other because they were so close and obviously not different heights and stuff, they were pretty similar. Just adding a bit more detail into the front. I wasn't actually sure what to do here either, so I just kind of added a zigzag thing. You can see where I've put the oak wall just above the frame, below the roof. Actually helps because you can put like tiles, deep slate slabs and stuff on top of it. Makes the roof look much better, more detailed as well. So actually having those blocks go upwards from the top of the wall and into the roof makes it look, well, it's more challenging usually, but you can just kind of put some stairs and some slabs over the top and it looks completely natural, which I guess is kind of a perk. So you can see I'm kind of like following the plan along here. And you can kind of see what a challenge is going to have to be, how low the left roof is compared to how high the right roof is. It's going to have to kind of dip down into it, which is going to be really challenging to do. So thanks previous me, but sounds like a you problem. And you can see how I was struggling to kind of put it together. Yeah, it's kind of a problem having not very symmetrical builds. And you can see me trying to plan out how it's going to kind of connect together and using the oak wall to make it look a bit more random as well. So I decided to kind of make the small roof go halfway across and then kind of make the big roof dip down earlier. Just so it looks like the big roof is the odd one out rather than the small roof. So this part of the roof is actually pretty easy to connect together because they were quite similar heights. Yeah, it looks a bit bad still, but it's connected together and it doesn't look awful. So also it's supposed to look abandoned, so it kind of actually matches the theme quite nicely as well. And yeah, you can really see how it's struggling to kind of make the roof dip from the shape it's already at. And I'm just trying to connect some arches up just to kind of make it have a path to follow, which actually kind of helps a lot. I mean, to be fair, when you're looking at the build from the ground, you're not going to see the top of the roof anyway. It's only the arches at the front you'll see. So no one's really going to see the roof from much. And actually a detail I forgot to add into this build was a chimney, which I thought could have been quite effective after editing this as well. So you can see just kind of adding some different types of deep slate in to the roof, make it look a bit more corroded and like it's flooring in, a bit less pristine and posh. And I decided to actually kind of randomize the frame a bit, so kind of change the direction of the spruce and then add some dark oak logs, planks even, into it. Try and make it look a bit more beaten up. Decided to detail those bits after I completely forgot about that. Yeah, was kind of finishing off, filling in the bits of the roof that I forgot about. Doing a bit nasty detailing. And I decided to actually make a patch on this right side here, just so it looked a little bit less empty. Like the vines are kind of coming out of the wall and kind of drooping down, which I thought kind of, it might have looked decent, which in the end it does actually. And then go into this right side here, adding a bit of overgrowth into these corners, and because they're quite easily connected up, just the frame being the only obstacle, being quite small, like kind of area, it's actually really easy to make it have like vines and everything. So there's an overview of the build. Kind of went a bit quickly there, but that's basically it. Thanks for watching. I did actually get some photos of this at night, and it actually looks pretty impressive. So, yeah, with Optifine shaders as well. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm very sorry this is a longer than normal video, but I couldn't really put it down anymore. Yeah, not much more to see. And thanks for watching. As I say, any ideas that you want me to build, please just do put them in the comments below. I read the comments, and I'm gonna make some more of the comment suggestions. So I guess I'll see you in the next video. See ya.